let's go. Yeah.
Good thing, yeah, I found that. Young king with my crown at. 10 racks in the fanny pack. Couple hundred in the Louis bag. Couple hundred need a G-Wagons. Big tax on my big spending. Big facts, no pretending. We back on the full sense. That good thing, yeah, I found that. Young king with my crown at. 10 racks in the fanny pack. Couple hundred in the Louis bag. Couple hundred need a G-Wagons. Big tax on my big spending. Big facts, no pretending. We back on the full sense.
Crazy flow, need a straight jacket. Cash flow, I'm a bank addict. 6 subs, had the bass smacking. 808, had the place clapping. 3 girls is enough for me, so I pull out like the stock crashing. Like an IPO, trying to purchase me. This a private sector, so you can't have it. Faking all that boom bapping. Who you think you is, boy? 90s want they sound back, so I give rap all these fake rappers as I take matters in my own hands. I don't need rapping, I don't need Zans. I don't need help, I'm a grown man. Now they king left and they so mad, it's like
good thing, yeah, I found that. Young king with my crown at. 10 racks in the fanny pack. Couple hundred in the Louis bag. Couple hundred need a G-Wagons. Big tax on my big spending. Big facts, no pretending. We back on the full sense. That good thing, yeah, I found that. Young king with my crown at. 10 racks in the fanny pack. Couple hundred in the Louis bag. Couple hundred need a G-Wagons. Big tax on my big spending. Big facts, no pretending. We back on the full sense.
yeah, hey, look what I got. New whip with no top. Cooking up no stove top. Ice cold, no snow drop. Big budget ass, big facts. Big money in the contract. Been running no contact. New record with the new tracks. Yeah, they been sending me new plaques. I don't really need new plaques. Nah, big rock with the suplex. Yeah, new rock got a new flex. Yeah, I'm current, I'm a new trend. Knock boys with the full scent. Yeah, like I said, no new friends. We don't really need new friends.
Good thing, yeah, I found that. Young king with my crown at. 10 racks in the fanny pack. Couple hundred in the Louis bag. Couple hundred need a G-Wagons. Big tax on my big spending. Big facts, no pretending. We back on the full sense. That good thing, yeah, I found that. Young king with my crown at. 10 racks in the fanny pack. Couple hundred in the Louis bag. Couple hundred need a G-Wagons. Big tax on my big spending. Big facts, no pretending. We back on the full sense.
All you ever wanna do is play. So let's play.
Yeah. Hey, we stay woke, but y'all sleep. Real mode, but y'all sheep. Out in public, she a good girl, but at the crib, she a real freak. New throne for the new king. Same kid, now my streets go. Same gang, got the cheat code. I said stay woke, we in real mode. I said stay woke, real mode. Stay woke, real mode. I said stay woke, real mode. Stay woke, real mode.
I said stay woke, real mode. Stay woke, real mode. I said stay woke, real mode. Stay woke,
yeah, hey, well, we can hold a peace or we can wage war, but I'm gonna get what I came for. Real gang, that's a crew name. We all graduated to the 2-door. Second global, that's an infrastructure. All y'all niggas like the Titanic. I'm the iceberg, talking no Zucker on the front lines, but we don't panic. Shit getting messy, got nothing to rest in. I'm tired of niggas, they frontin' they blessings. They want my suggestion, but don't want the fee. I'm just doing me, I don't answer their questions. All this flexing, got no one to see. All this aggression, I just want some peace. Not even sure that I like it in heaven. I guess when we get there, then we gon' see. I do not understand, I do not get what you do. You only got one life, but you act like you got two. Yo, we go bigger than what you are willing to do. I run with king, but you peasants, you run with the goons. Hey, we stay woke, but y'all sleep. Real mode, but y'all sheep. Out in public, she a good girl, but at the crib, she a real freak. New throne for the new king. Same kid, now my streets go. Same gang, got the cheat code. I said stay woke, we in real mode. I said stay woke, real mode. Stay woke, real mode. I said stay woke, real mode. Stay woke, real mode.
I said stay woke, real mode. Stay woke, real mode. I said stay woke, real mode. Stay woke, real mode.
Hey, y'all some jokers, y'all a bunch of clowns. You will not get a laugh out of me. You can talk, but you can't denounce. I live a different theology. Why I transferred to a new account? You just fucked over a prodigy. Posted up with a rented crown.
You are the king and apology.
You about to see a new side of me. I hope you know. We stand up and watch our enemy go. Empire fall, my legacy grows. I might just hop on this melody flow. All this vision, no clarity though. Y'all play a game that I truth. Your ego bigger than what you are willing to do. I run with kings, but you peasants, you run with the goons. Hey, we stay woke, but y'all sleep. Rilla mode, but y'all sheep. Out in public, she a good girl, but at the crib, she a real freak. New throne for the new king. Same kid, now my streets go. Same gang, got the cheat code. I said stay woke, we in Rilla mode. I said stay woke, Rilla mode. Stay woke, Rilla mode. I said stay woke, Rilla mode. Stay woke, Rilla mode.
Stay woke, Rilla mode. Stay woke, Rilla mode. I said stay woke, Rilla mode. Stay woke, Rilla mode. You really have people fooled out here, don't you? When are you peasants gonna learn that you can't pretend to be a king? It ends today.
The following program is rated TV MANOC. It contains a big pair of nuts directly on your chin. It is intended only for mature audiences. Viewer discretion advised.
Go to the fucking gym. Go to the fucking gym. Go to the fucking gym.
Go to the fucking gym! 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 Go to the fucking gym!
Go to the fucking gym.
The sun is shining, the birds are chirping, the bacon is sizzling. Welcome to the Daily Swole.
Well, what's going on, beaches, booshes, buffs, hustlers, and ya hoes? It's your boy Papa Swole back with another episode. In today's episode, the Beastcast is brought to you as powered and sponsored by Everson K2. Flexing on all you beaches.
It's the fucking Catalina wine.
The fucking Catalina wine mix.
All right, fam, welcome to the show. Welcome to 3529. Hit the like button and subscribe. We are on YouTube, we're on Rumble, and of course, Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Make sure you subscribe and share the show with your friends. Thanks for being here on a Swole After Dark. Let's get into today's episode. We have some merch to kick it off. We have an awesome merch post, and it's pretty zesty. So let's get into it. Let's give a shout out to Wolf6010. Let's see what we got. Big dog. I love it. Fuck average. Hashtag SwoleFam shirt. Quad growth. GTTFG. Throughout the years that passed, a lesson to be learned. At Wolf Fitness Palm Bay, tagging your boy Papa Swolio and Swole Armis. I love it. I love it. Good picture. I love the pose. 10. So I feel like it's got that zestiness, and hell yeah. Hashtag SwoleFam. So what up, dude? Looking lean and mean. Appreciate the pic. Appreciate the shout out. Glad you're enjoying the merch. So go and check it out. That's a classic design. That's absolutely classic. So hashtag fuck your resolutions. Drop that in the comments down below. We have Pinkston Churchill. Let me zoom this out a little bit. I didn't think she was going to be on the show. I wasn't sure, but now she is. And she snuggled up with Tessie. Hashtag FYR for a chance to win today's Swole card. Let's take a look at the Tainty Man. Another beautiful. Good poppers. Looking good, big guy. Looking good. Looking good. Shout out to the Swole pups. And shout out to your pups, wherever they are, whatever they're doing. Feed them some raw beef tonight. Let's get into the tip. We have some more goals for 2026. Let's jump right into it. Babe, just an inch, just an inch. It's cold outside. All righty then. I think I mentioned it before, but we still have buy one, get one 50% over at papaswolio.com. So don't be sleeping on those specials. If you got some money, you made a nice bag over the holidays, right? Or you still need to get some gifts, or you want to, I don't know, wear something new to the gym to make fun of all the people that are going to quit, because we know they're going to quit. They're going to train for a couple of weeks and then they're going to fuck all the way off. So if you don't want to be a jabroni, make sure that you're going to the gym. You're rocking some awesome merch over there at papaswolio.com. So we have goals for 2026. I dropped this in the app. If you have not yet checked it out, make sure you do so. Let's get into the first post from the Swole fan. What are your goals for 2026? Chelsea says, to get off my arse, to get off my arse and stop making excuses. Don't let negative thoughts take over. Just do it. Mobility exercise. Get on that treadmill. Bike, hike, good sleep. Get those muscles working stronger. I got this. Okay. Well, those aren't goals. Those are just things. So I appreciate the sentiments and hope you crush it this year. But I encourage all of you to make sure you're getting very, very specific. So negative thoughts taking over. What does that mean? That's probably going to mean doing a brain gains for 5 minutes every single day. So that's an actionable thing. So I'm going to do a 5-minute brain gains every day. That's a new habit. Mobility exercise. What does that mean? Does that mean a Swollen 7 once a day, once a week, 3 times a week? What does that mean? What does mobility mean to you? What does that mean? What would you doing, or what would you have to do to be successful with improving your mobility? All right. Biking, hiking. What does that mean? Just doing it, or doing it once a week? In other words, get specific, Chelsea. So figure out what you actually want to accomplish and then set a pattern, set habits. So you're actually doing the things that are going to make you feel, or that are going to get you the results based on those things. All right. So make sure you get specific. Get specific with those goals. Otherwise, you're just saying, hey, I want to lose weight. I want to get in shape. I want to make some changes. Okay. Who doesn't? Or who doesn't want to say that? People want to say it because it's easy to say. It's much harder to do. I mean, it's pretty easy to do. You just have to do the things, but it's harder to set habits. It's more of a challenge than just saying the words. Oh, I'm going to do this year. All right. Christian, run a half marathon, training to be strong and injury-free, to get outside more often and meditate daily. All right. A little bit more specific there. So that's good. Meditate daily. Good. Another good habit. And also a good idea would be to be more specific there too. What does meditating daily mean to you? Does that mean first thing? Does that mean 5 minutes? Does that mean 10 minutes? Does that mean 2 minutes in the morning, 5 minutes in the afternoon? Whatever it is, make sure you know the number, like pick that and then build from there. James says, I'm continuing to strive to live and follow the 7 pillars, using the 7 pillars to build better composition, to get fit and achieve a specific fitness standard and practice yoga and mindfulness daily. The minimum standard for my job is to bench my body weight 10 times, bench body, just bench your body. Broad jump my height, 6 feet 2 inches, 10 pull-ups, trap bar deadlift my body weight 1.5 times my body weight, 5 times. 3-minute plank, farmer's carry body weight for 200 feet, and a 3:15, 800 meter, I'm assuming, run. All right. Very doable. Very doable. So your body weight is whatever your body weight is, benching that 10 times. That's doable. That's probably going to be the challenge for most people. If you don't normally lift, I'm not sure where James's fitness standards are right now. 10 pull-ups is going to be challenging for a lot of people, but that's very doable. And you should be able to do 10 pull-ups. That's for sure. Trap bar deadlift, your body weight, 1.5 times your body weight trap bar deadlift. So if you're 200, that's 300 pounds, 5 times. That's very doable. 3-minute plank, that's challenging for many people, depending on the form they allow you to do. So there's some things in there that are challenging, but good for you. Good for you. Practice that. And I'm assuming it's for law enforcement or security or something like that. I'm assuming it's some sort of physical job. So good stuff. Good stuff. Wish you the best with that. Let us know if you need any help or you have any questions. Jeremy says, to continue what I already started, but kick it up a notch. No days off and kick ass. Lose fat and gain muscle. Cool. Again, this is good work. This is a good example. Let's get more specific. Kick it up a notch. What does that mean? No days off. Well, you have no days off anyway. As long as you're alive, you're on. This is what people need to understand. You think of, hey, I'm working today, or I'm off today. Oh, I'm training, or I'm not training today. You're always alive. So fuel your body with good food, exercise, take care of yourself physically, take care of yourself mentally every day. You don't have an off day. So when you say no days off, sure, maybe you go for a walk, or you meditate, or you do a yin class. You can't be training intensely every day. So just don't go down that trap. Make sure you quantify what that actually means. But I know the mindset. We always say no days off because, yeah, no days off. Recovery is part of your program. That's part of your training. Recovery is part of your training, especially when it comes to the program design. Lose fat and gain muscle. How much? Everyone wants to lose fat and gain muscle. Get specific. Remember, building muscle is getting stronger. So you have to get stronger. So progressive overload, focus on that. Get specific with these goals. All right, Mark, to establish new habits and get rid of old ones. Well, which ones? Which ones? Establishing new habits. What does that mean? Get rid of old ones. What does that mean? How are you going to establish new habits? How are you going to establish the new habits? Whatever that habit is. Also, limit or completely cut off those that are not in my best interest. I get you. I hear that. Good stuff. Miriam says, accepting that my mind and body need to be equally trained and healthy and to work for it. Yeah. What does that mean, though? Equally trained. Again, now this is not, and I'm just putting this out there because what I'm saying when I say get more specific, I understand you don't necessarily put your life story when you're responding to this. And if you don't want to share certain things, that's fine. But make sure when I say get more specific that you're doing it for you. I'm saying that because you should be doing that for you. So if you're thinking, okay, I'm going to get in better shape, that's not going to happen because there's no actionable things there. It's vague. I'm going to eat better. What the fuck does that mean? I'm going to eat healthier foods. What are those? How much? What for when? You know, it's people just say things that are just generalities. And this is why if you're not getting results, you got to get more specific, right? So to be healthy and work for it. So Miriam, make sure you define that for yourself. Again, I'm not expecting every last detail to be in these responses, but make sure you're doing this for you if you're listening to this. So good stuff. And there's always any goal that you want to achieve. If it's something that you really want to do, every goal is valid in that sense. But how you go about it is important because if you want something, if you want to get healthier, you want to build more muscle, I want you to do that too. I want to help you. I want to give you an answer and some insights. So make sure that you process that. To continue what I started this year, working the 7 pillars even more, definitely more yoga and reading. All right, based. Sarah says, my goal this year is to take no days off, walk at least a mile every day, and to do strength training at least 3 times a week, and also work on mobility and flexibility. So good stuff. Again, define what that means for you in terms of mobility and flexibility. No days off. You need to take days off. So as long as you're doing a casual walk, just general recovery, but no days off does not mean training heavy and training intensely every day. Cardio or lifting weights, you need days where you're doing lower intensity and you're actually giving your body a chance to repair. Tanya says, to do everything in my power to get my health back on track and be more present in my personal life, to take better care of my mental health and be more active in every aspect of my life. I don't do goals. I just want to be a better version of myself this year, to be a good role model for my kids. And that's pretty much it. Love to hear it.
He's heating up.
Thank you for sharing, Tanya. We wish you your health and all of that. Great. fam, drop in the comments if you have something you want to add. If you didn't get a chance to respond to that, make sure you go do so in the Swolenormous app. Join us over at swolenormousx.com. If you're not a member, before we get into some questions, which we will take in the knowledge cock portion, you could drop in the comments, hashtag AskPapaSwole. We're going to get into some Rate My Meal first. You know the deal. Pinch your nips. It's time. It's going to be a bumpy ride. All right, here we go. Rate My Meal. First one. First one from Caitlin Marie. We have sweet potato, chicken, I'm assuming, some sort of bread. Is there a cookie under there? Is that a cookie? Hold on a second. Wait a tick. Is that a chocolate chip cookie under there? Do I spy a chocolate chip cookie hiding under that sweet potato? That'd be really weird. Just saying. That'd be really weird if that's the case. Maybe it's more chicken. Just looks like that. And a huge pile of peas. So, you know. All right. You're eating good. I'm glad you have a nice plate of food. I just hate peas. It's so funny how when we get these pictures, I think everyone communicates. I think people get on the same page. I think everyone is absolutely communicating and they're like, you know what? Everyone, post cottage cheese. Just put cottage cheese in everything. And they collab behind the scenes and they conspire to put cottage cheese in every picture. And this is like Pea Week. We literally have a theme. What is that with peas? What the fuck? How does everyone get on the same page and we have the same pictures all the time? It's the same theme. Wild. All right, Caitlin. Where's the steak? Sweet potato. All right, you're doing pretty good. But the peas. Explain the peas to me. Don't tell me you like them. I don't believe you. All right, Jake. Lamb and beef gyro. Lettuce, onion, and tomato. That's looking pretty greasy, my guy. You're gonna pretend like there's not a pile of fries right next to that? Is that those big French fries on the left there? Yeah. Better choices for sure. That looks like I'm gonna have. I do like lamb and beef. So, but again, what's it cooked in? The quality, it all matters. So, Jake, you're on probation. We're watching you. I'm watching you, bro. All right, Kieran. But before I had steak, rice, and 2 eggs. What is this? Sorry, bro. It's New Year. What is that? Whiskey? Is that whiskey?
Oh. We choose truth over fact.
You switch the samples.
Oh, all right. Having a drink for New Year's. All right. Before you had steak, rice, and 2 eggs. All right. All right. Do we let him slide? Do we let him slide for New Year's? At least look. At least you're drinking whiskey like a man. Yeah, drinking it neat. If you're gonna drink whiskey, just make sure you drink it neat. You know, get a drop of distilled water in there. You get fancy with that shit. Mike, we got a plate of steak. My guy.
The little rascal has spirit.
Hadouken!
Dope based. Thank you, Mike. All right, we got 2 more, and I'm gonna just give you a little bit. I'm gonna break a rule. I'm going to break a rule here. You know, here we go. Spoiler alert. This is delicious. We got steak. We got some sort of meat. Looks like steak. Looks like some sort of roast. That's a thick piece of meat. That's what she said. And some scrambled eggs. All right, that's based. Very nice. Well done. Preston in the house. Preston eating steak and eggs. You swole slut. All right, we got 1 more, fam. I don't know if we can handle too many good meals. We got to have something that's kind of questionable. Is that chicken? Or, I mean, is that, well, it's chicken of the sea. That's sea chicken. Is that shrimp? We got shrimp, or is that bacon wrapped shrimp? I don't know what's going on up on top. I don't really mind. I don't really care what's going on in the background, because the foreground, let me tell you, that looks like a ridiculous cook. Look at that. That's some meat right there. Fuck yeah. All right. It looks like shrimp. But it kind of looks like there's something wrapped around it. Maybe I was just being hopeful. If you have bacon wrapped around it, then it makes the shrimp edible. But I'll take that big old roast right there. I'll take that roast. Come to daddy. Daddy like very much. All right, fam. It's time for Ask Papa Swole. Drop in the comments. Closing it out strong. 2026. Maybe 2026 won't be so bad after all. Yeah. Maybe it won't be. Maybe it's not so bad. Maybe it's not so bad. Maybe we're gonna have more beef in 2026. I'm excited. All right. Hashtag FYR. Drop in the comments down below. Nice and chilly. Little Pinkston Churchill. Everyone loves it. Everybody loves a Pinkston. All right, question time. Hashtag Ask Papa Swolio. If you got one, let's get into the first one from Shitstagram, shall we?
What's in the box?
Aaron, Big Mac or Whopper? Neither. Neither. Oops, where's that going? Another question. Let's just keep on moving on. Let's just plow forward. All right. How to include cardio within my training schedule. Was it B31 Belial? How to include cardio within my training schedule, upper/lower? And that's a good question. Well, it depends on your intensity and volume and really what your goals are. You can go for a walk. I would just say do interval training. You can do some kettlebell swings. Like you can add that maybe into the end of lower body day. Just do a couple hundred kettlebell swings. You don't have to do that. You could do what I like to do for cardio is I'll do reverse sled pretty much every single day. I'll do a couple laps. And then when I do my cardio, I'll do some intervals on my Versa climber. So I only need to do like 3 to 5 cycles. I'll do some maybe 20-second all-out sprints, walk around, rest for like a minute or so, and then hit it again, minute, 2 minutes, and then hit it again. Do some rounds of 20-second sprints on the Versa climber. And I adjust how many rounds I do depending on how I feel. I do upper lower. Lately, I've been doing upper lower every other day. So sometimes I feel fine just doing that because it's 5 minutes, just all out sprinting. So it's not a ton of volume. And I'll do that maybe on an in-between day. I could do it on an upper day. I could do it in the morning if I'm training in the afternoon, or I could do it at the end of an upper day. And then there's 48 hours until lower. I could do it the day before lower body. It really depends. So that's how you would do it. Or you could just go walking anytime. So what it really comes down to is you have to think about what you're trying to accomplish with cardio. If you're trying to increase your VO2 max and stuff like that, doing the high intensity interval is great because it lowers your fatigue and it takes less time for you to get the benefits out of the cardio. And you'll maintain more muscle mass. You'll reduce your risk of injury and all the impact and stuff from doing long distance running and just the physiological exhaustion from doing long distance cardio or long duration cardio when you're doing heavy strength training. I'm not talking about pro bodybuilders that are on tons of sauce and they're going up into a competition. They're dehydrating, trying to get rid of as much water in the muscle tissue and stuff like that. I'm not talking about depletion. We're talking about health and we're talking about getting the benefits of both. So I wouldn't be doing tons of exhaustive long duration cardio. I would be doing high intensity interval. And I prefer something like you could do something where you're doing maybe jump rope or running in place. If you have an apartment, you have a lot of space, or you can do sprints, you could do hill sprints, you could do plyometrics. You can do, on those air bikes, you could do a rower, you can do a Versa climber. I just don't like things where you're sitting down just because if you're sitting down a lot, it can really just compound issues. If you're sitting on a desk all the time, the last thing you want to do is or in a car, the last thing you want to do is get on a bike and hunch over and just pedal all the time. Or sit down on a rower and bend forward. You're already bending forward too much. It's really more important for you to get a little bit more of a full body, like decompression. You want to get everything engaged. You don't want to compound the tightness in the muscles that you already have. But you can mix it up. So I would just say something like that would be ideal. And I would just work it in based on how you feel, what exercises you are selecting for the week. And if you want to get the most out of it, just make sure you keep it to that high intensity, shorter duration. And you could do it probably because if it's low, for example, Versa climber doesn't make my upper body tired, but if I do a lot of it, my legs will be, fatigued more. So I'll do it either on upper day or before a lower body day. I can't really do it after a lower body day. Usually I'm going to be too fatigued to do something like that afterwards. But if I feel like it, I will. So that's how I do it. Any other suggestions or what you do? But upper lower split is great. Upper lower split is great. The one thing you don't want to do is do cardio or do that before you lift. And you definitely don't want to do it as a warm up before leg day. So if you're doing lower body and you're doing some sort of intense cardio, high intensity interval, you're going to be blasted before you get to your weight. So don't do the cardio or don't do any of this before you're lifting. Either do it after or on a different day. P. Justin, what's the best way to put on muscle mass without putting too much fat on? Don't eat in excess.
Matt Damon.
All right. You can put on muscle by eating maintenance or even a slight deficit. You can build muscle and lose fat. It's just, you have to toe the line. You have to be very consistent and you have to really be dialed into what actually builds muscle, which is progressive overload. So the best way to build muscle, forget about put on muscle mass. You're not putting on muscle mass. You're building muscle. All right. You're increasing your cross-sectional area. You're increasing your muscle fiber size. You're adding contractile proteins. So the best way to do that is progressive overload. And if you don't want to put on too much fat, then don't be eating 1,000 calories extra a day. And remember, your maintenance calories is really just to balance out your expenditure day to day. So figure out your protein consumption, hit that, and then adjust the fat and the carbohydrates based on what feels best for you. And most people are going to be better with increasing and focusing on carbohydrates when you are focusing on strength training. The difference is you don't want to eat 500 calories extra a day. You're going to get fat. You look at the scale. If that scale is going up 1 or 2 pounds a week, you're just gaining fat and water. You're not gaining muscle at that rate. You're just not. You're not putting on a pound of muscle a week. You're putting on maybe a couple grams, let's just say, and then you're putting on a pound of fat. So if you want the scale to go from 180 to 200, all right, go eat McDonald's every day. You'll get to 200, but it's going to be fat, right? So the same thing goes for even eating steak and eggs and everything that you know and love. For those of you that love to eat real good food and you focus on the quality, eating too much of that will get you fat. It just will. You don't need as much food extra. You don't need as much food as you think you do. You don't need as much food as you think you do. So when people talk about bulking, it's just easier to close your eyes and eat extra food and stuff your face because you could lean into those compulsions and you know for sure you're getting in enough food. But the problem is you start putting on, eating more food doesn't help you build more muscle. You'll just put on weight. Okay. You can't speed up how you build muscle by eating more protein. The more protein you eat is not going to build you more muscle. You're only going to build muscle based on the rate of how you can progressively overload and recover and lower your stress and all those things that help you build muscle. So bulking and cutting is ridiculous. You should be more lean because here's the thing. You might put on weight and you'll have enough calories, but I know this from personal experience because I've done because I don't really overtrack my food. So if I'm trying to put on some size and I was eating a little bit more, yeah, I mean, I'll notice like, oh man, I put on a few extra pounds. Like for me, I just can eat a little bit less and it'll come off after a couple of weeks, right? But it's very easy to put on extra. And for me, there's certain body weights that unless it's muscle, when I hit those numbers before, like if I put on X amount of extra fat, depending on what my body fat percentage is, and you guys know this if you're obese or overweight, but I would get to a certain weight. There's certain weights for me that just, I get to this number and it just, no matter what it is, it's not good. I don't feel as good. So I recently have dropped in like probably about 10 pounds or so over the course of, a few or several months. And I feel much better. I just feel much better. And you don't need all that extra. So it's your hormones will be better. You'll feel better. You'll have more energy if you don't put on excessive fat, especially if you're older. You really don't want to be like bulking and putting on tons of extra weight. You really want to stay more lean. This is so much better for your body and for your mental health and physical health. And this is a big reason why when people cut carbohydrates, they go carnivore and they'll lose, 10, 15, 20, 30 pounds is because you're cutting out carbohydrates. Carbohydrate, you flush out carbs. Like by not eating carbs, you're going to flush out water. So you will flush out water if you cut carbohydrates. So that's why people cut carbs. They get flat. They lose a ton of water. Wow, the scale went down tremendously. Then they have all these cravings and they zigzag and they come back to eating carbs and they bloat and they get all the weight back. Oh my God, I gained all the weight back. Oh, I fell off the wagon. Oh my God. Well, I'll get it next time. And people go over and over and over and do this shit again and again and again. They cycle over and over again. Sterling Papasolio, looking to include running in my program because I want to build the capability to maintain a run. Well, that would be beneficial. If you're trying to run, it'd be good to maintain that. I want to run so I can run, which is good. Nothing wrong with running. It should be its own day or can be after lifting. Oh, that depends. That depends on everything. Depends on what you're lifting. It depends on how you just want to run long distances. I would really look into and really make sure that do these things like in the trainings barefoot, right? On grass. Don't be putting on Nikes and heel striking on pavement. I just recommend people do like high knees and plyometrics and, bouncing and doing jump rope and really getting your feet. If you don't do a lot of barefoot work, I would really start there and really getting your anterior tibialis, get your elasticity of your Achilles tendon up to speed. So work on sprints, work on technique, and then build from there. Because in my opinion, doing long distance running, okay, if that's something you're interested in, like long distance running, but sprinting, I think people should be able to sprint. You should be able to jump. You should be able to, bounce. You want to maintain that. You want to maintain that kind of elasticity. And that spring. So, yeah, you're going to start trying to do hybrid stuff. You just got to be very careful with your programming. You're not going to be able to lift at the same level. It really depends on how you're working that in. And what I would recommend, and most people, what they do is they just start running. They're like, oh, I'm going to run 2 miles or 3 miles, and they overdo it. Trust me, if you can't maintain a run, just starting and running like a bunch all the time, you're going to be so sore. You got to be very careful with your leg training because you can lead to injuries, especially if you're not used to it. So just make sure you build into it slowly. So I really have to sit there and look at all the programming. So, it can be its own day. It can be after lifting. I wouldn't do it after a leg day. So it really depends on your split. If you wanted to go for a run after upper body day, well, that sounds fine. But if that's a day after leg day, you might be really sore. You crush your calves on Tuesday, you might not want to go for a run Wednesday after you train. I'm not saying you can't, but I'm just saying this is what I've done this. And a lot of people will tell you the same thing, all the high rocks shit and CrossFit. You start mixing tons of cardio and like Olympic lifting and impact, you start doing all this jack of all trades shit, that's when you get fucking hurt because your body is having trouble adapting to all of these different stimuli. Now you can cross things over and maintain for a while, but then when you're trying to perform for yourself and do better and push yourself and compete, and you have like 30 people in a room and everyone's trying to beat, and you look at someone, there's a hot girl in the class and you're trying to do a little fat, people blow their shit out. It's just a very high injury rate. The same thing goes with running because it's not just running. Running is a whole thing. Running is a whole technique because people don't move right. People have terrible standard or static posture. People have terrible posture when they're sitting around or standing up. And then when they run, it's amplified. And then they have runner's knee. Like there's names for this shit. Runner's knee, because so many people have fucking poor, femoral control, in their hips and stuff like that, and stabilization. You're interested to be able to run like other people. I don't know what that means. Run like other people. What are you trying to do? What are you trying to do? You want to run long distances? You want to run 10 miles or something? Like, what do you... In other words, I would focus on sprint technique. I would start there. I would literally obsess over sprint technique and watching people that do like the high knee drills and stuff and proper warm-ups and start there. Because that's going to gas you already, but you'll learn proper sprint technique and you can do sprints, go to a field, go to a football field or a high school or whatever it is. I would say start with the technique and start with the sprinting, and then you can build into running. That's just my recommendation, is really, if you want to actually integrate it properly, start with just the techniques and start with the drills. Start with like the speed drills, start like with the, That's my recommendation. Or you can do cardio on one of those machines. You can start with a step mill. Step mills are great, to build up your cardiovascular capacity, and then you can build into something more impact. But I would recommend doing the technique stuff first. Learn the proper framework, or you can just, most people don't want to do that. So you just put on shoes and go for a run. But, that's how people, after a few weeks, all of a sudden your knee hurts and then your ankle hurts and your back hurts. And if you jump in too heavy and you don't figure out how these things work in with your program, you're going to injure yourself or you're going to burn out, and then you're going to fall off that habit. So you don't want to overdo it. You don't want to underestimate the deceleration and the force that your body undertakes when you're doing running and impact and stuff like that. P1, Barça. Sometimes I use sleeping pills for sleep at night. Is that okay with training? I would not take a sleeping pill before you train. I don't know what sleeping pill means, but I would not take those. I would improve your habits and get rid of blue light and get off your phone and eat better and design, you don't want to be taking sleeping pills. I don't know if you mean melatonin, which I wouldn't take anyway. I mean, I take some stuff at night, but I take magnesium glycinate and I have tea and I have like chamomile tea and stuff like that. So I wouldn't, when you say it's okay with training, don't take sleeping pills before you train. But does whatever, if you're taking a medication or an Ambien or something with training, I mean, it's not good for you anyway, but I wouldn't, there might be something that it does and limits your hypertrophy or something, who knows, but yeah, let's work on those habits so you're not hooked on pills, bro. Kara, have you ever played sports? Yes, I have played many sports. In high school and college, I played sports, baseball and soccer and basketball and lacrosse. I've played many sports. Joey kickball Kang. Don't fuck with me. Kickball goat. Joey Hoey BMX. How many times do you do yoga a week and for how long a day? I'm not doing, I do a lot of mobility work. I focus right now mostly on mobility work, but I'll do intermittent like stretching and mobility throughout the day. So right now I'm not sitting down and doing like necessarily a yin class or a vinyasa class. One thing that I will tell you is I'm not doing vinyasa. I'm not doing ladder flows. I'm not doing the intense classes. So if I do like a set yoga class, because I kind of do yoga, but I just do certain poses. I kind of drop into it. But if I do a class, I'm going to do something like a recovery flow or a yin class. But let's say you're doing upper lower, you're doing like 3 or 4 days a week. Again, you could do like doing a yin class. You could just do that on an off day. That's a great way to do it. Do it on an off day. So, that's what you should be doing in terms of times per week, just on days where you're not doing heavy training. And yin you could do every day. You might not have time. You don't have to do it every day, but you can do yin every day. And it's not going to be like, wow, that really, unless you kind of really held it for a while or a certain position and like you're sore because the muscle was lengthened more than it has been, don't push it. But you might just be like, oh my God, I really felt that yesterday. But sometimes when you're stretching a muscle in a position that you haven't really done for a while, not under weight, but it's like under body weight and gravity, the next day you might be like, you might feel it. Like you might feel if you did a yin class and you held a pigeon pose and you never really did a pigeon pose properly and you got the pillow in place and you're holding it for like 3, 4, or 5 minutes or something, you're going to be like, oh, and get out of it. You're really going to feel it. And then, the next day you might be sore just because of the stretch, being under stretch before, and then it won't be sore in the future. But yeah, but you could do something more like that every day.
Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo! That's deep.
All right, let's see what people do for cardio. John says, I do slam ball, box jump, sled work, VersaClimb. I cycle them weekly. Oh, that's good. Twice a week, 20 minutes. Love it. Feel like a kid all over again. Yeah, it's great. Doing rotation, right? Throwing a ball against a wall. Awesome. VersaClimber, evil. It's an evil piece of equipment. It's absolutely evil. But it feels good to be doing it again. I I look at it every day and I didn't do it for a long time, but I wanted to get, I do the sauna. I do the sauna almost every day. So I'm getting cardio mimicking benefits. So sauna is really good too for heart health, but obviously doing the sauna doesn't make you a better runner, but it's good for your, heart rate recovery. It's good for heat shock proteins and all the other benefits of cardio. Kaiser, Max, I treat running like real life. I walk minimum 5 miles a day. A couple times a week, I'll do 10 sprints. Like life, you are walking and something happens. Mindset you move to or from danger. Yeah, that's good. That's good. That's a good mindset, because if you're out, and that's another thing that I've, always, appreciated. It's like if I'm outside, sometimes I'll just start doing like high knees, or I'll just skip. Skipping is great. People underestimate skipping. That's so great for the impact, because it's, single leg, it's coordination. It's, it's the stretch shortening cycle with the Achilles tendon. It's great for, it's just awesome. It's like jumping rope and stuff like that. But you bust into it because let's say something happens and you're out with your family or something like that. You can't be like, oh, hold on, let me stretch my quads first. Like, you have to get into action. So staying more mobile and moving more often and doing this micro mobility throughout the day will keep you more mobile in general, and just having your body be primed for that. That's what I'm saying. It's important. You don't have to be running a marathon, but you should be able to run. Like in real life, if there's danger, how far do you have to run? Like maybe there's a shooting at a stadium or something. Like, you're going to be able to, if you can run and you train for it, at least minimally, you'll be able to sprint full speed and you'll be able to get out of there. You don't want to be like some of these women. You ever see these videos where you have a fat woman and she's like pushing a baby stroller and she falls, and then the baby's rolling down a hill and she's like getting up and she's like, ugh, and she falls again and then she can't get up. It's like, don't be a pathetic, helpless person. It's awful. You're just such a victim for the simplest things. Oh, let me grab that. I tripped and fell. You pop back up. You don't be like, oh, I can't move. It's gross. You can't fucking get up. That's insane. Don't let yourself get like that. Don't throw your life in the trash. You're worth more than that. You could be worth more than that. Let's put it that way. All right. Let's see. Let's see what we do, yes? Let's see here for the BS 8655. We'll go into balls deep in a second. Do I have a favorite TV series? I got a few of them, but Always Sunny in Philadelphia. It's probably my favorite. That's my favorite show. Mama Swole and I, we can just sit down and we do this for a while. We'll just take the dice. We have 2 dice and we just like roll it, and it'll pick the season and the episode, and we'll just watch it. Great series. All right, pick a number 1 through 6. Pick a number 1 through 6. Sterling, sauna for heart health. What you mean? Interesting. Look it up. It's great for your heart. You're sweating your ass off. On top of heat shock proteins, it's just tons of cardio mimicking benefits, because you're sitting there in the sauna, but you get benefits, and it cuts all-cause mortality tremendously if you do it regularly. In other words, you'll decrease your risk of death from any metric, like heart attack or stroke or this. Like, you just up to like 50, 60% decrease in having one of those events when you do sauna regularly, like 3 to 4 times a week. Let's go Elizabeth in the Daily Swole Telegram. All right. Let's do Elizabeth. Number 3, she says. 3, my lord. Indeed. This one's called biology.
What's in the box?
Elizabeth, can you get to the corner from the Telegram chat? Methinks you might have to go to the corner on this one. I'm not sure yet.
Are they learning this garbage?
If you know anything about basic human biology, at conception, originally, everyone starts out as female, and then you don't
start developing until like 6 weeks, and basically you're just like a blank slate, but the genetics are female.
So based off of legislation, Trump has now declared that every single person in the United States is female, because at conception.
Yeah. Can you go into that a little bit more? I literally have never heard that before. So at conception, we're all female based on...
Yeah, basically, like, nothing started developing yet, And that doesn't come until a later point of development when everything starts differentiating.
Okay.
The sex hormones are like in such a way, it's kind of the same reason why men still have nipples.
Yeah.
And it doesn't start differentiating until so far in, and then everything kind of breaks off. But at conception, we're all basically female.
So at conception, when the sperm and the egg meet, are you saying like the chromosomes aren't there for female and they aren't there for male?
The chromosomes are there. They just haven't started like coding for everything yet. So it just takes a while to split off into male or female.
Well, at conception, if the chromosomes are male, then wouldn't we be male? Like if there's an XY chromosome at conception, then that would be a boy.
I'm not a biologist, and what I can say is encourage people to go read actual scientific documentation and go educate themselves.
Yeah.
I am a biology major, and I can say that biology does not make sense, and you really just have to read about it and make sense of it yourself, because if someone trying to explain it is not the greatest thing, unless it's someone who like knows it in and out.
Right.
How long is this? Oh, Jesus. How long is this video? Oh, my God.
Matt Damon.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard.
Jeez.
At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational
That was a lot.
Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened
to it. A minute and 39 seconds.
I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
A minute and 39 seconds. It took a minute and 39 seconds to say you're retarded. You could have just said you're retarded. I could have saved you. Why are you licking yourself? Why are you licking yourself? Why are we doing that? Why are you licking yourself? Good boy. All right, hashtag FYR. Drop that in the comments. My goodness, that was intense. Let's take another one. So Elizabeth, thank you. She says, I'll be throwing myself in the corner. Please do. Very waffly, Centurion. Very waffly. Let's see what else we got. We got a couple more questions or requests here. Pam chose number 5. Pam chose number 5. So let's do that. Pam. Elizabeth, you like Pam. You guys get along. So you guys can spend some time in the corner. I think this is corner worthy, Pam. So here was number 5.
What's in the box?
Everyone say thank you, Pam, for putting bleach in my eyes, because I have to do that. I have to put bleach in my eyes now.
Maybe that black woman would have spoke to you if you paid for her groceries. Instead of a hi, if you said a, hey, can I cover your groceries? I think you're a really beautiful woman and I'd like to make your day better. We're living in late stage capitalism. Things are expensive. And black women are tired of being tired. We're tired of having to put on a smile on our faces and take care of everyone while no one takes care of us. So maybe, just maybe, if you would have just offered her something.
What are you talking about? The men that are supposed to take care of you leave. So they need to take care of you. I don't need to take care of you. Where's the baby daddy at? Where's he at? Those fucking eyes, dog. Those eyes, dog.
The eyes, Chico. They never lie.
Yeah. We got a couple seconds more.
If you would have said, let me cover half. Or if you would have just left her alone. Respected boundaries, but offered something.
I can't do the smoke alarm thing. I should get that soundboard. Jesus, look at that face. What the fuck? All right, thank you, Pam. So Pam and Elizabeth, over 2 gooses, goose eggs. Why don't I have that soundboard? Why don't I have a smoke alarm soundboard? There's probably one on YouTube where it's 10 hours of smoke alarm. Beep. Probably should do that. I'll get that one. Smoke alarm. Smoke alarm sound. I have a party noise maker. That's close. All right, let's see what we got here. Why don't I have one? Yeah, good. It's a great question. I almost feel ashamed. After all these videos, I'm only going to have...
What the hell kind of country is this where I can only hate a man if he's white?
I have that one. That works still. All right, let's see. Let's do Kaiser Max, number 6. Let's see what number 6 was. Kaiser Max, number 6. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Kaiser. Kaiser to the corner. To the corner, Kaiser.
We are a hierarchical polyamorous triad.
Every day, I will come home and I will greet Quinn first, and then I will greet Trinket. I greet Quinn at the door first.
I'm sorry, what's the name? Oh, he's gay for sure. I don't know why. That's weird. He sounds gay.
Come home and I will greet Quinn first, and then I will greet Trinket.
What's her name? Did he call her Chinket? That's a slur, my guy.
Home and I will greet Quinn first, and then I will greet Trinket.
Trinket? Oh, her name is Trinket. I think that's stranger than Chinket. I think that would be stranger. Okay, let's continue.
I greet Quinn at the door first because it is part of our hierarchy.
We don't have to worry about like jealousy because we just have already pre-discussed everything.
Because he's gay as fuck. Dude. He's totally... There's no way that dude's straight, bro.
A structure that we use.
Her name is Trinket. Nexus? His name is Nexus. Okay. All right. I'm actually interested to hear what's going to happen.
To make sure that everybody is satisfied. It does go with needs and wants. So in that hierarchy, it's my needs, their needs.
My needs and their needs. In the hierarchy, it's my needs and their needs. My needs come first, and then it's their needs. But I'm totally straight. How does he have 2 chicks and he loves the dick? He loves the cock. How does he not? I mean, everyone knows. That's why they like being in this relationship. They get free rent and he doesn't even touch them. There's no way. Unless he gets pegged. I'm trying to... It's like a circle, right? I need that soundboard too.
So in that hierarchy, it's my needs, their needs, and then my wants, their wants.
Hierarchy means that...
Needs, and then my wants, their wants.
Pause. That fucking necklace, dude. You're wearing a choker? Although, dude, that's... Dude. Oh my God, what the... Fucking shit.
Hierarchy means that one person is the primary partner in the relationship and the other person is the secondary partner in the relationship. So I am married to...
Let me guess. Trinket is the secondary partner. Let me guess. The one that's named Trinket. She's a secondary partner. Yeah. Not Quinn.
Nexus, but Trinket is our girlfriend, and so he's my primary partner, she's my secondary partner.
The 2 of you are at the top of the hierarchy as the primary couple.
That's true.
I did not expect that. I'm going to play that again. Was that her voice? They are at the top of the hierarchy. I'm the Trinket. Is she a dude? Oh, that would make sense. Oh, yeah, she's trans. Now I get it. Yeah, and she plows him. She plows both of them. Oh my God, looks like a woman. Looks like a dyke from the back. All right, let's continue. This is interesting. This is making more sense though, but it's... Okay, hold on a second. Here we go. Let's go back to Trinket.
She's my secondary partner.
The 2 of you.
Every time she talks, the 2 of them, they're the primary.
And so he's my primary partner, she's my secondary partner.
The 2 of you are at the top of the hierarchy as the primary couple.
That's true.
I do have my own room, but I do sleep with them in their bed whenever life allows.
So out of respect for our relationship, we just let Nexus eat first, and then I have some, and then Trinket has some. When people hear that we are higher...
Like dogs. Oh, they share plates? Oh, this is weird shit. This is some freaky fucking shit. Trinket. Trinket brings it. Trinkets. This dude's
hierarchical polyamorous, they assume that that means
We're
Trinket.
taking advantage of someone.
Trinket doesn't get enough love. We're taking advantage of her.
The common
Take advantage of her? You call her Trinket and feed her last. Nexus eats first and then I do it. And then I eat.
line when people talk to me about my relationship is either, oh, I could never do that, or they think I'm being taken advantage of, which is not an easy thing to prove to someone, because if someone thinks they're being taken advantage of, they're gonna think that, regardless if you say, no, I'm not.
It's hard to convince someone that says that because they think that. So that's why. All right, interesting. I'm glad that I am this person here in this room. That makes me very happy to be here right now. I'm glad to be here because I'm here. I'm not there. I don't want to be there. All right, we got a funny one. We got two funny ones. It's Friday. We'll do two funny ones, and then we'll wrap it up, and I'm going to smash some fucking steak. All right, we'll do a short one, and then we'll do a funny one at the end. And it really actually kind of matches, what we were just watching. So this first one's called ADHD.
What's in the box?
So palate cleansers, then we'll give away the Swole card. FYR, here we go. ADHD.
Are you thinking what I'm thinking?
The bird lady from Home Alone 2 can get it.
Do you just know? No, that's not what I was thinking. What?
We'll do that again. Yeah, like the last thing on anyone's mind.
Are you thinking what I'm thinking?
The bird lady from Home Alone 2 can get it.
Do you just know?
He just stops like, what the fuck?
No, that's not what I was thinking. What?
She can get it, though. That's for sure. It's Piers Morgan, though. Everyone knows that. All right. Anyway, we got one more. We'll close it out with a little stand-up comedy. Can't go wrong with some Jim Jeffries.
The highest rate of divorce are lesbians. By a mile. Lesbian marriages have the highest rate of divorce in the world. The second level of divorce is heterosexuals. The lowest level of divorce is gay married men. Now, let me mansplain to you what's just happened. The lesbians find it very hard to stay married because there are two women involved. Heterosexual marriages aren't without their complications because there is still one woman involved. Did you know the word gay means happy? With good reason, because there are no women involved.
All right. Oh, that's funny. Because there's no women involved. All right, Swole card time, and we'll let you all go. Hashtag FYR for a chance to win today's Swole card. You know the deal. Pinkston's giving it away. She's giving it away. Do you want to win? You probably should have dropped that hashtag, shouldn't you? FYR. All right, let's see. FYR. Did I miss? We got a winner. No, right on it. Today's winner for Fuck Your Resolutions is Monsieur Maine Marshall. Congratulations. Hey, all right. Congratulations, Mr. Maine. Mr. Maine sent us an email to support@swolenormous.com. Swole card 3529. You swole slut. And your mailing address in the body of the email. An FYR card. Now, we're going to be breaking off. We're going to be doing other cards soon. So, FYR, it won't be around forever, but it is peak FYR season. So, we got to respect it. This is peak FYR season. We all know we've been doing Fuck Your Resolutions for 3 months. So, this is the second half. This is halftime. This is halftime for FYR. And this is why I like to talk about this kind of stuff. in October, because we all know FYR season starts October 1st, but no one cares because Halloween's coming up. And then you have Thanksgiving. Then you have Christmas and Kwanzaa and Hanukkah and whatever the fuck else people do. And then you have New Year's. And then it's like, oh my God, I spent so much money. Oh, I'm tired from traveling, or it's cold. Oh, I don't want to do anything. I just want to sit at home. And then, you know, halfway through January, people wipe the fucking crust off their twat and, you know, they get their act together, or they try to, and they get bored by February and they stay fat. So we've been doing FYR season for 3 months. This is halftime. 3 months. This is why we do the Swole New Year party a couple days early. And this is why we do FYR in October and in November and in December. Now we're halfway through. And guess what? Swole fans been fucking getting after it. We've been getting after it. And do you know why we've been getting after it? I think you all know, but you just don't want to talk about it. It's because we got new tapestries over at papaswolio.com.
Many tapestries.
There we go. We got some fucking tapestries. This is why everyone's doing so well in the Swole fam, because we have many tapestries inside Swolenormous. No, papaswolio.com. We have many tapestries. Look at all of our tapestries. Aren't they great? Tapestries. Did you know that papaswolio.com has tapestries? We have many tapestries. This is a castle, yes. We have many tapestries. I'm really getting that voice down. We have many tapestries. Let's hear it again. Close.
This is a castle, isn't it? There are tapestries. We have many tapestries.
We have many tapestries. We have many tapestries. Pretty good. I'm getting there. We got lots of tapestries. Tapestries. Come get your tapestries. Very underrated. No one has tapestries anymore. They got flags and posters and pictures and paintings. People have rugs. They have couches. They have murals. They have mosaics. But they don't got fucking tapestries. What's up with that? Look at him. Look at the Tainty man. He's so excited. Look at the Tainty boy. He's so excited. I started talking about He loves tapestries. Look at my tapestry boy. Look at my boy. Look at my boy. Oh, Mr. Mustard. Oh, poppers. Oh, poppers. Oh, poppers. He's a good boy. Yeah. Look at his tail. Yeah. Smack. He's so fucking amped. Look at him. He's so amped. He's such a good dog. And then we got, that's him. That's his ball. Well, he has balls. Oh, Pinkston's looking so cute. You can't see her face. All right, fam. He's so handsome. And now he's getting, this is what I get, right? Now he's just nuzzling on my hand. I come back. Ready? His head's just on my, yep. Okay. Okay, poppers. Such a handsome boy. Look at that boy. Everyone wants to see you. Look. Scratch your. Oh, yes. Oh, he's a good boy. Sit. Oh, look at that. Now we can see you. Good sit. Good boy. Good boy. Look at that handsome man. He's a good boy. You want to lick your dick? You can go lick. Okay, you want to get back up. He smells the steak. Yeah, it's time for him to eat too. All right, Beaches. Thanks for being here. Appreciate you. We will have more awesome content over the weekend, so make sure you follow the page. Let's see, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, you guys know. And we will see you on Monday. But we'll be back. We have Swolosophy over the weekend, so don't nobody go nowhere. We got more content for you, so make sure you bang your ear holes. Make sure you check out last week's if you missed it. And we'll see you in the app. Make sure you go post up and answer that question with your goals. If you already answered and you want to refine your goals, make sure you drop that in the comments and go and do so and follow up with all that, because we want to hold you to it. We're putting your feet to the fire in 2026. Thanks for being here. We'll see you next time. Peace, McGee, Stoops, Magoose, your boy, Papa Swolio. Out.
crazy flow, need a straight jacket. Cash flow, I'm a bank addict. 6 subs, had the bass smacking. 808s, had the place clapping. 3 girls is enough for me, so I pull out like the stock crashing. Like an IPO, trying to purchase me. This a private sector, so you can't have it. Faking all that boom bapping. Who you think you is, boy? 90s want they sound back, so I give rap all these fake rappers as I take matters in my own hands. I don't need rapping, I don't need Zans, I don't need help, I'm a grown man. Now they king left and they so mad, it's like
then yeah, I found that young king with my crown at 10 racks in the fanny pack, couple hundred in the Louis bag.
That's a bed that you made, that's a bed that you made, that's a bed that you laid. What kind of game is you playing? We go hard in the paint, chill. What the fuck is you saying? I only go where they pay. What kind of game is you playing? Yeah, whoa, my shit is relevant. Our topic, my melanin is popping. I'm taking skeletons on closets and making new deposits. I'm in my element, no ollies, you children pop.